Hey guys, Trevor Patterson here, Patterson Outdoors. Today I'm going to do a video and go over the equipment that I use to film my own hunts. Alright guys, the first thing that I'm going to show you my setup is my tripod. This tripod here is a Cullmann 528. A tripod is very important for your video. Your camera's going to be sitting on top of it for a lot of your videos, so you want to make sure it's sturdy. You don't have to spend a crazy amount of money on a tripod, just one that's made well and one that's going to be sturdy and solid for your video. This Cullmann 528 model, the legs extend and it gets plenty tall for my needs, and one thing that I like about it is the legs will actually swing out wide. That comes in handy for turkey season when you're sitting up against a tree. You know, you can get that camera down low and it's not way up here. You can set it down where you want it. On top of this tripod here is a Manfrotto 502 video head. This is the one I use for my tripod. It's a little bit bulkier, it's a little bit bigger, and but it's real smooth, even though it does take up a lot of space. It's a little bit more expensive of a video head. This was actually my second one, and I just wanted a little bit of a step up, so I use this one on the tripod, and it works well for me. I like it. It's got a lot of adjustments, you know, with your pan and tilt stuff. To go on from there, we'll go to this this remote. They call it a LANC controller, but this will plug into my camera here into this port, and I can control all kinds of things on the camera from this controller. I've got focus, zoom, I've got an on and off button, I got a record button. So this basically makes this camera, you know, I can control it from this one hand. I can move it. I can do anything from right here on this controller. A really handy thing for turkey season. You don't want to be all up on this camera moving. You can just have one hand on it, make your movements, make your adjustments, and not have to make a lot of movements on the camera, finding buttons and things. So this is a real nice piece to have. To move up from there, I guess we'll get into the camera some. This camera is a Canon XA30. It's a real nice camera. It's got this nice handle on top. It comes with 2 XLR ports for your audio. I'm only using one's only plugged in right now for this shotgun microphone. It's Audio-Technica. I'm not sure exactly which model it is. And a lot of times I'm using this second one with my wireless lavalier mic, but I'm using it on the camera I'm recording with now. You can actually see the mic right here. But a lot of times that's running into my second XLR port. To get into more stuff about the camera, you have all your audio controls over here. You have a zoom rocker here, a record button. You have a zoom rocker. One of the things that I like about it most up here is it has IR light, infrared. It has a switch in here where you can turn that on and off, and you can do recording in very low light or no light. If you wanted to say do an interview or some stuff, it's really nice to have that IR light. It doesn't have a lot of range, but it's another thing that is useful. It's got dual SD card slots. I've got the upgraded batteries. They're actually the 828s. It comes with a 820, I believe, but these extend the life very well. It's got a nice screen on it, and as you can tell, I have the Campbell cameras camo wrap on it. And that's about it with the camera. It does shoot 1080, I guess. That's pretty important. I haven't upgraded to 4K yet, but we'll get into that in a second. Another thing you might be noticing, I just put this up here for the video. This is a LED light, and I got into a little bit about the IR light, you know, for recording in the dark. But this is another thing that if you're retrieving a deer, you can use it for a blood trail, but also you can use it for a recovery video. This is something I invested in pretty recently, but it is nice to have, especially for recovery videos at night. While we're talking about lighting, the IR light on this camera, what I use it for most is, say, in the turkey season, when you're going in trying to find a tree, maybe you don't know exactly where you want to get. I can use this IR light and look through this viewfinder here, not put out any light, no visible light, but still can see what's around me, and it helps me pick out what tree I want to sit against. and just gives you the option. You don't have to have a flashlight or anything, and you don't, if you're close to a bird, you don't potentially scare it off. From there, I'll get into this second video head I have. This is the one I use on my camera arm, say in a bow stand or on a tree or something. You can tell it's a lot smaller than this Manfrotto, probably half the size. And it's really light, so it doesn't weigh my camera arm down. And when I switch over, usually from bow season to gun season, I'll switch that remote and put it on this arm where I can have one-hand control of the camera even on my camera arm. So this is I believe the brand is Pro Video Head. It's a lot smaller. It's a little bit cheaper than the Manfrotto, but it's a really nice camera head, and I really like it. And honestly, I'd probably use it more than I use the Manfrotto. So I just like the size of that one. To get into my second camera setup it's a GoPro Hero 3. I've had this thing for years and years, since it first came out, and it just really lets you get that second angle. I like it. I like the GoPros because of the versatility. I can mount it on top of the camera, maybe pointing back at me or pointing out. I can put it in a tree. I have some different mounts where I can hang it on a limb or some things. But my favorite mount, you can see it on my bow here, is the handlebar mount. It works well for my bow, the carbon element. But I can put this GoPro up here. I can have it facing back at me, or I can have it facing out. And that's a lot of times what I'll do with my second angle shot, is I'll have that GoPro mounted on my bow looking back at me. It really adds to your video to have that second angle. And a GoPro is a nice way to do it. Nowadays there are a lot cheaper options that are just as good as a GoPro, but back when I got that one, that was the only option I had. So you know, maybe one day I'll upgrade, but this thing right here is doing good for me now. I really like the app where you control it from your phone. So right now I don't see any point in changing what I have as far as the second angle, except for maybe adding a second angle camera. And I guess the last thing to go over will be this bag, because as you can tell, I have a lot to carry in when I hunt. This bag is a Field and Stream bag. I can fit everything I need to fit in it. It's an outpost. I can fit both of my cameras, plus my GoPro and batteries and all this other stuff that I would take in the woods. I can put all that in the bag. And what really sold me on this bag was the straps. You have a pocket here with a strap where you can put something in on the side. You have the same thing on this side where you can put something in the pocket with a strap. But what really got me is this. It has a little pocket down here that comes out. It's marketed as a gun pocket, where you'll put the stock of the gun in here, and you have these two straps to strap it in. And I use it for that some. I use it for my bow also. I can strap my bow in here and have everything on my back. And I can also carry this tripod on my back. So I can have everything on this bag. It helps climbing up the tree. You can either carry it up, or you only have to pull one thing up. You don't have to pull up your bag and then a bow, or everything is going to be on this bag a lot of the times. So that was a big selling point on the bag. Like I said, it's a Field and Stream outpost. It does have the little waist strap, and it has a chest strap for those of you who want that. But it has a lot of pockets on the side, big pockets. And I'll undo these clips here. There's a big main pocket where I keep a camera bag. That's where I put my camera in to give it a little bit more protection. So everything goes in there. Has another pocket inside of there. Has a little pocket up on top. That's where I usually keep my face paint or just random small stuff. And then another bigger pocket up front where I can put all my batteries, the SD cards, audio stuff, things like that. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to go over is my camera arm. I've used this one for years. It's a Muddy Outfitter arm. It's a little bit on the bulky side, and now there are a few better options. Muddy was really the only maker of camera arms when I got mine. that I really like the design of. Now they have a fourth arrow, which I'm really looking into getting into that, but right now I'm still using the Muddy Outfitter arm, and not sure how long that'll last. There are a few better options now with, like I said, fourth arrow. They make really nice camera arms that are pretty affordable, so gonna be looking to that in the future. So we'll see what changes come with time with that, but for now it's the Muddy Outfitter arm. Next thing is going to be my wireless microphone. You can't see it besides this clipped on my shirt here. I have a transmitter on my back pocket, on my belt, on my back, and there's a receiver on top of the camera that I'm using to record right now. It's a RodeLink Filmaker kit. It's a more expensive option for audio, but it really adds to it. Gives you the option to move away from the camera and still have good audio. It's something I looked into for many years before I actually purchased it, but I'm really glad I did. It's a step up in my productions here, and I'm really happy with it right now with everything it's doing for me. So probably see that and use that on a lot more videos to come. But the final thing that I'm going to get into is the camera that I'm using to record right now. It's a Sony A7R II. It's a mirrorless camera. Records 4K video at 30 frames a second. Takes really good pictures, 42 megapixel pictures. Just a really awesome camera. I use that for pictures most of the time, but it works really well for video. Very happy with it. I bought that pretty recently. Haven't had it very long, but very happy with it, and it's really going to add to my productions here at Patterson Outdoors, and looking forward to get more use on it and using it some during season, which is coming up fast. That's basically everything I use as far as video, my video setup. Plan on doing another video on tips and tricks, some things I do to actually film my videos, and some things that might help you if you're interested, some tips on equipment, what things to look for, stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that pretty soon. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this video on the equipment I use to film my hunts. If you like this video, go down below and give me a like and subscribe to my page if you like what I do. Another thing is you can go over and check out my Instagram page at Patterson Outdoors, and check out my content. If you like it, give us a follow. Right now we're in the process of lining up a giveaway for our 1,000 followers, so that's going to be coming up soon if you're watching this pretty early. Yeah, just check us out and give us a like, subscribe, and follow us at Instagram at Patterson Outdoors, and we'll see you soon.